RealAgriculture.com is proud to bring you coverage of Farm Progress 2013 from Decatur, Illinois.
We're joined by Gary Wojcik from New Holland here at the Farm Progress Show. And Gary, you're launching the new Genesis T8 series tractors here. You got, increased lift capacity, a longer wheelbase, an Auto Command continuous variable transmission, lots of new features. Take us through some of those.
Okay, we're excited about the launch of the Genesis. I mean, we're leveraging on the heritage of the original Genesis, which drove the whole industry to make tractors better. And the Genesis T8 is doing a similar thing in technology, taking advancements further than we've been before. If you take a look at the tractor and you start with the look of it, and that tells a lot. There's something in there, something different about this tractor. You take a look at that sculptured look. A lot has to do with the design of the wheelbase, the fact that it's longer, a longer wheelbase between 16 and 18 inches compared to competition, which gives you a better ride and gives you more stability in the field, better traction, that kind of thing. But yet it can turn sharp. And that's the other part. You want to get the thing out in the end row and turn back in as efficiently as possible. How do we do that? We do that because we turn the wheels around the cooling group. Here's the cooling group, radiator and coolers and all that, condenser. Okay, and we turn around it versus competition, which would turn behind the cooling group if it was here. So that gives us an advantage. That's actually just like the original Genesis that turned around the cooling group. It had a long wheelbase and turned around a cooling group, which is a pretty neat thing. Now, in those days, we used super steer. We do not use super steer here because we frankly don't need to because of the turn angles we can achieve. Okay, and the tools we're pulling don't require as quite a tight a turn. But if you look at, that's one thing about the styling. The other is the look and the view from the cab. It's designed in so you have good visibility to the ground and out front and so on and so forth. Serviceability, like the original Genesis, is excellent. The hood raises up. You can get everything from the ground level, so on and so forth. If you look at the front axle and suspension, we now have the new saddle type suspension in here. There's a pivot point that's further back. It allows for more range of motion and more oscillation than the prior scissor design. It is a design by us, CNH, and using this tractor. So you get a better ride from that, as well as the cab can be suspended as an option, and you've got a super comfortable ride, productive tractor with that. You mentioned oil flow. In behind here, you'll find two hydraulic pumps that give us the capability to have two priorities in the hydraulic system. So you could run a high pressure low flow circuit here as a priority, and over here you could run a low flow high pressure circuit. It's mega flow. We've had that for years like the original Genesis. The gallonage is 75 gallons a minute. So that's another thing. And lift capacity is just under 20,000 pounds on this tractor. Okay.
Talk a little bit about the Auto Command continuous variable transmission. Talked about that making this tractor much more efficient.
Yes, and that was my next subject exactly, was the Auto Command Cvt. And what that really does for us is it lets us participate in a part of the market we were missing when we had only power shifts. Because there are some customers that truly need to have that infinite, exactly right speed. Manure haulers, potato harvesters, even grain cart operators that have the exact right speed, and this is going to allow us to penetrate that market better. So what we got here is a very efficient, very easy to use Auto Command Cvt transmission. It's from 0 to 31 miles an hour seamlessly. No gaps, no jerks, no nothing. The computer does everything to match up the right gear and hydro application inside to keep it smooth as well as ultimately efficient. We know we have a more efficient design than other brands because we have 4 points of pure gear contact. So we're driving the power through gears, which is the most efficient, and we minimize the amount of hydro we apply in between those gears to make the infinite speeds. Okay, so there's an efficiency factor there, as well as the computer in the tractor. It's putting together the right gear for the job that you're doing. It also throttles the engine. And that computer control will allow you to save fuel. We've seen it with our tractors now that we've offered the Auto Command, that we've seen it where the same application we've experienced as much as 2 gallons an hour less usage, fuel usage, because of the Auto Command throttling back and selecting the proper gear. All right, so now we're up in the cab of the Genesis T8 tractor. I mean, you come up in here, this has got Comfort Ride suspension as an option, and added to the TerraGlide suspension in the front. This tractor will ride super smooth. The cab is spacious, it's very, very quiet. You can see a full instructional seat here. I get over to my controls. I got my command grip on my Sidewinder console, which can be moved. The electricity's off, so I can't really move it, but basically we can move this console wherever it fits you, whichever direction or however you want to feel to be comfortable for your long day. So you got the Sidewinder, which was, by the way, it was on the original Genesis tractor, Sidewinder console. So it's called the Sidewinder 2. Here's the control handle for the Auto Command. This is that intuitive control handle right here. And over here is the IntelliView 4 color touchscreen monitor. And that's not new, but it's new that this is mounted on the console right here. So it's right here. One monitor does all. Whereas in the past, many times we had the IntelliView up here and a 5-inch over here. So now this monitor can monitor the tractor and also let you control the tractor, as well as read out implement information and so on. So anyway, kind of wrapping it up, the Genesis tractor is all the T8s will be Genesis for model year 14. There will be a decal on the left window for 1 year, commemorating the 20-year anniversary of the Genesis tractor. The tractor will be badged on the back and on the inside. And from this day forward, you know, it's a Genesis T8 tractor.